Okay, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a feeling that I'm willing to bet every single one of us knows. It's that moment you get handed a task that's so big, so important, you feel completely, and I mean completely, out of your league. Just think about it for a second. Maybe it was a massive project at work, or a new leadership position you weren't expecting. It could even be a personal challenge that just felt way, way bigger than you. You know that sinking feeling in your stomach? That little voice in your head that just starts shouting, I can't do this. Yeah, it's powerful. And honestly, it can be pretty paralyzing.
And here's the first thing you need to know. You are absolutely not alone in this. It's not some sign of weakness. It's just a sign that you're human. Seriously, from the brand new intern to the CEO launching a new venture, that feeling of I'm not enough for this is something we all share. The real question is, what do you do when it hits?
To figure that out, we're actually going to travel back in time, like thousands of years back, to a young guy who was given one of the biggest, most intimidating assignments in history. Let's talk about the story of Jeremiah. Now, just pause and think about that job title for a second. This wasn't just about giving a couple of motivational speeches. He was being asked to be a spokesperson for nations. He had to deliver messages that could literally shape kingdoms and redirect the course of history. It's kind of hard to imagine a more high-pressure gig. So what was his first reaction? Was it excitement? Ambition? Nope. He basically said, I think you've got the wrong guy. He immediately started listing his own shortcomings, his own limitations. His focus wasn't on the mission at all. It was on all the reasons why he was the absolute worst choice for the job. Does that sound at all familiar? I mean, this list right here, this is basically the inner soundtrack of self-doubt playing on a loop. He wasn't just a little worried. His own idea of himself was becoming his biggest roadblock. All he could see was that he was too young, too inexperienced, a bout speaker, just a whole spiral of reasons why he was totally and completely unqualified. But here's the thing. The story doesn't end there with his doubt. And the response he got wasn't a scolding. It was a complete, game-changing shift in perspective. A promise of strength that changed everything. This is so powerful. Here we see two totally different realities side by side. On the left, you've got Jeremiah's view, totally trapped by his fears and his own perceived limits. But on the right, you have the promise he was given. His youth wasn't a flaw. It was part of the plan all along. His lack of words, don't worry, they'd be given to him. And his fear, it was met with this simple, incredible assurance. I am with you. So here's the core idea, the big takeaway from this. The story completely reframes what it means to be qualified. It tells us that our own personal assessment of our skills, well, it's not the final word. The focus flips from what I don't have to what I will be given. Our weaknesses don't have to be a deal breaker. Okay, so great story, but how do we actually use this? This ancient lesson isn't just a piece of history. It's a practical blueprint for how we can face our own giant challenges right here, right now. So, what can we actually do? Well, first, we reframe. That inexperience you're so worried about, what if it's actually the fresh pair of eyes that nobody else has? Second, we accept. Sometimes the hardest part is just saying yes to the opportunity, even when you're terrified. And finally, we trust the support. Jeremiah was promised he wouldn't go it alone, and neither will you. Your strength is going to come from your mentors, your team, and the resources you pick up along the way. And at the end of the day, this is what it all comes down to. Your real potential isn't just a snapshot of your resume or your current skills. It's about your trajectory. It's about who you can become when you're fueled by a real purpose and backed by the right support. Which leaves us with one last, pretty personal question. You know that big, scary, intimidating thing in your life that makes you feel too small? Well, maybe it's not an obstacle. Maybe it's your call to greatness. So, what great task is out there just waiting for you to finally say yes?